I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Chris. And today we're going to do a fun little video straight from the campground because we work and live full-time out of this 2006 North Star truck camper in the back of our 2001 F-250. We did have someone reach out to us. Rattan said, hey, you guys do a lot of stuff on e-bikes now, and we would love to work with you. So by work with you, they meant send us a free e-bike in exchange that we put it into a video. So we're going to be testing this thing out today and putting it through its paces today in the beautiful California sunshine as we ride through the mountains and see if we can get on a trout. But first we need to transform this bike.
No.
We need to transform.
No.
We need to
No.
transform.
Stop. Nope.
So we'll just transform in real time with no nonsense, and we'll put a basket on the back of this real quick. Now you can get options for these to get from the factory. Cargo baskets, but this plastic thing is massive and it was free, and we're just going to strap it on. All right, with our handy dandy little cargo basket set up, we can now put our camera bag and all of our fishing supplies neatly onto our bike, and now we don't have to wear a backpack or do anything like that. While we're riding, we just thought we'd kind of go over some of the basic specs of this bike in case you were interested in this bike. Rattan doesn't pay us. None of these companies pay us, but they do send us a free e-bike. So this is called the Rattan Quercus. And very fittingly, this is in California. We're going through a live oak tree stand, and Quercus is the scientific name for oak tree. So we thought, wouldn't that be rather witty? The Quercus is a 750 watt, 1200 peak watt, torque censored cargo style e-bike. You got the fat tires, you get the 4-inch wide by 20-inch wheels, and these are cool because these are alloy wheels. These are magnesium aluminum alloy wheels, so super light. No spokes to ever have to maintain or adjust, and you get hydraulic front suspension, which is actually pretty plush. The big selling point for this bike for me personally is the torque sensor. Most of the bikes that we've been reviewing lately are cadence sensor. There's a sensor that sees that if the pedals are turning or not, regardless of the effort being put on them. So you could take the chain off of a cadence sensor bike and just spin the pedals around, and it would still provide force through the electric motor. This bike, however, feels the actual torque that your legs are putting in and then adjusts accordingly. And it's a much more natural feeling bike. There's no ghost pedaling or anything like that. So for me, even on their website, they don't really push the torque sensor aspect of this bike that much. But for me, that's like the best thing ever, especially in a sub $2,000 bicycle. The torque sensor would probably be the #1 seller for me. Also, this is a class 3 e-bike. So you got your throttle and your pedal assist, and this thing will do 30 miles an hour straight out of the box. I think, we haven't lined all of our e-bikes up yet to test them, but I think this might be the fastest one. You also get hydraulic disc brakes on this bike, which is super cool for a bike under $2,000, and 180 millimeter rotors. This thing also has an LCD screen that has an app that you can control everything remotely. So the color LCD screen, you can see the power output of the motor in watts, you can see your speed, you can see your pedal assist feature, you can see if your headlights are on or off, and in the rear, you actually have turn signals on this bike, and you can see that on the display also. The only thing that would make this bike better is increased battery size. So the battery that comes on it is a 20 amp hour battery that's down here, kind of built into the frame. And that's cool because on their website, you can actually order this thing with 2 batteries, and the second battery would go right here on the top of the frame and give you another 20 amp hours. And with those 2 batteries combined, Rattan says you can get 100 miles on this thing. This bike also has a 450 pound weight capacity, which is very high. I think it's the highest capacity that we've seen or tested. So you don't have to worry about loading up your little cargo rack with too much weight, being that the whole bike is, capable of 450 pounds, which is incredibly heavy.
All right, we've found our access to a supposed trout fishing spot. We've fished this river a couple times and there are trout lurking. This spot, no idea, but we're gonna use our trusty Walmart special extendable rod for $20, and it is tried and true and has caught us a lot of fish, so let's see if there's any luck today. Little fish following it. We're gonna try a different hole because this hole is not productive.
All right, so that sucks. We finally made it back up here to the road. We started way down there in that gorge, way down there, and 0 bites, 0 fish. So really got to earn your fish out here in the quasi kind of desert here. So gonna hop back on the bikes, continue down this road, and see if we can find another access point to the water. All right, we made it down to spot 457. We're both very out of breath.
Desperate to try to get one fish, so we'll see.
And the place that we picked to go down is another chasm that we must enter. So as you can see, the sun's starting to drop over top of our chasm. So hope we can get down into our chasm and get some moist meat for dinner. So let's get down there.
No. All right, first cast. Nice little rainbow in here.
Beautiful little fish.
I don't want to eat them.
We can catch a bigger one.
They're so small. What if we don't catch another one? This is what we always do. We throw them back and then we don't catch another one. Do we have to do a catch and cook? Probably.
We can, we'll wait for one a little bit bigger.
Okay.
All right, single hook, easy unhook. He's ready to go back and get a little bigger, and gone.
Ah! There we go. It's about the same size as the other one. Okay, we threw the first one back, and this is about the same size, but we threw the first one back, so I feel like this is okay. Oh my gosh. All right.
How long is it? What's the minimum it has to be?
It's gone.
It's gone, so we didn't
Never
keep that one after all.
Oh, never mind.
He chose for us, which is fine with me. He's a little bit small.
I think that's a wrap on the fishing. We caught a total of 4 fish. Well, caught 2. I released the first one, accidentally let go of the second one, and Chris had 2 really nice ones on the line, and they got off right before he could get them in. So we did land some fish. I just had butterfingers. So we didn't actually bring home any fish for dinner, but that's fine because we got to put this bike to the ultimate test, which is that crazy rugged road. It has huge boulders in it, giant ruts, and it's very hilly. And this bike did amazing. I think the ultimate game changer in this bike that's different from all the others is that torque sensor. It's so smooth, and I think overall we like that more than a cadence sensor. We absolutely love this makeshift basket cargo thing that we put on the back, and know that it can handle so much weight, so that is awesome all around the board as well. One thing that Chris didn't mention that I find very interesting with this bike is that these handles are very tall and they're very close. So when you sit on this bike, you sit very upright. Some of the other bikes that we have, the handles are shorter and farther up, so your position is more like this. But this, you sit upright like a prim and proper person. And it's actually really, really comfortable. I don't know why more bikes aren't built like this, where you have a natural, more upward posture, but I really like it. With this upward posture in combination with the torque sensor, it's a very comfortable ride. Of course, we have to cover cons. And the only con that I can come up with is this headlight. I don't know who manufactures this headlight. One of our other e-bikes has a headlight that has the same issue, and I don't know if they're manufactured by the same company, but it looks like it would provide a lot of light until you're actually riding at night and there's a black like obstruction in the middle, or there's just a black like central area where there's no light provided. So you get a square up here, a square down here, and like some light on the sides, but in the main center there's no light at all. So it's really awkward to have to angle it all the time, because sometimes you want to look right in front of the bike, so you have to angle the headlight down. But sometimes you want to look farther ahead to see where you're going, so you have to angle it up. And then that gets rid of the ability to look right in front of you. I don't know what it is. There's nothing on the physical light face, so it has to be something with the lights inside of this. So between the dual battery attachment, the torque sensor, the 450 weight capacity plus a cargo option, and just this upright position makes this bike amazing. And they have a seamless app where you can control it all on your phone. You can track the speed, the mileage. It's just a flawless bike. Really love it. They're a very responsive company. We have not had any issues with them. So I would say across the board, very reputable company and very reputable product.